a man who leads a mob that terrorizes people online, that cannot tolerate criticism. If Peter does not want to be criticized, he should go back to his house and be eating jollof rice. Anyone who puts himself up for public office must be criticized, must be scrutinized, must be insulted. Anybody who feels too big to be criticized or too big to be insulted, and it is his mentality that his aides and his obedient mob, that is the same mentality they have. That, oh, our candidate cannot be criticized, but Tinubu can be called a drug lord, Atiku can be called a looter, a thief. But our candidate cannot be criticized. Supreme Court judges can be named and shamed. Court of Appeal judges can be intimidated and criticized and even say they should go and lynch their children. You understand? But our candidate, we draw the line when our candidate is involved. So this is the political hypocrisy of these political extremists that we must never allow in our polity. We saw it under the Buharis. They didn't want anybody to criticize or analyze their candidate. And it is the same thing. Mr. Peter was the one that put himself up to be president. If he doesn't want me to criticize, I'm not insulting any obedient, I'm not insulting anybody. It is the man that has put himself up for president. I'm analyzing. I'm saying that, oh, as governor, you did this. You went around churches in this country to go and say church should take back their country. You spoke with Bishop Oyedepo and said that the election is a religious war. Therefore, you are a religious bigot. There's nothing I'm saying that is not in public domain. There's nothing I'm saying, or there's nothing I've said, or the things I've said. The only thing else that I forgot to say is that he's a political prostitute, which I've now added. So you should add it to the suit.
So that challenge has now been accepted by Peter Obi, who has now sued Deji Adeyanju in an Anambra High Court. Now recall that a few months ago, Peter Obi had asked Deji to apologize to him for making certain defamatory remarks or else face legal consequences. So in this suit, Mr. Obi is demanding 5 major things, and I will walk you through each one of them. Now, if I'm being honest, some of the demands in this suit, as you will soon see, are incredibly ridiculous. So his first request is this one right here. The former governor is now asking the court to order Mr. Adeyanju to tender an unreserved apology to him on social media and in 3 national newspapers. And then this next one, an order compelling the defendant to immediately retract and delete from all his social media platforms, including but not limited to his X handle, his verified Facebook account, Instagram account, and any other online platforms or sites, all false and malicious publications describing the plaintiff with derogatory labels, including leader of a mob, religious bigot, fraud, scum, political fraud, political prostitute, allegations of financial misconduct, dishonesty, or abuse of office, which have harmed the plaintiff's personal, political, and professional reputation. And Mr. Obi is not stopping there. He is also demanding that an order of perpetual injunction restraining the defendant, whether by himself, his servants, agents, privies, representatives, assigns, or through any media or online platform whatsoever, from publishing, broadcasting, or causing to be published or broadcast any defamatory words or materials against the plaintiff. Aggravated and or exemplary damages in a sum of 500 million naira against the defendant for his reckless, malicious, and persistent course of conduct in publishing and republishing the defamatory words complained of, calculated to disparage and ridicule the plaintiff before the Nigerian public, polity, and international community. And then this last one, general damages in the sum of 1 billion naira against the defendant, being compensation for the harm, ridicule, odium, emotional distress, and reputational injuries suffered by the plaintiff as a result of the defendant's defamatory publications. So, those are the demands. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Mr. Peter Obi doesn't need this. Now, while it might be true that some of what Deji had said might be defamatory, the question is, doesn't all of that come with the territory? And I'm not saying Deji was right or wrong, but no matter how you dice it, this just makes Mr. Peter Obi look like a future president who might be adverse to criticism. And this demand right here, in my view, buttresses that point. I mean, what kind of politician makes this kind of ridiculous demand? I guess only Peter Obi. And like I've said in my previous video on this matter, everything, like the Bible says, is lawful, but not all things are expedient. But trust Deji not to take this lying low. In his immediate reaction on Facebook, he wrote, "Finally, Peter Obi has sued me. I am actually happy and relieved that he didn't chicken out in the end. Interestingly, he dragged me all the way to Anambra State, even though he's almost always in Abuja where I reside. But no shaking, we move. I will prove in court that Peter Obi is corrupt, a bigot, and a fraud. You will all be entertained, I promise." It will certainly be interesting to see how all of this plays out in the coming days and weeks in court.